Okay, friends and neighbors, we have here a Vox AC30C2X. It's got the Celestion blues in it that everyone thinks are the bee's knees. I got it warming up, but it was said to work and then begin to produce a lot of humming noise. I can't get it that far. And I can see in the camera there, you can see the red light that is on when it's on, and there is, next to it is the standby switch. So if I take it out of standby, I should get a green light there, and it should like work. But it doesn't even come out of standby for me. So yeah, that's where I'm at. So I suppose we should take the back off of it and take a peer inside, because it ain't working, it ain't producing sound. It's not just that that LED bulb is out. I've got the channels, you know, at half and the master volume up a bit, and it don't produce an ounce of sound, and flicking around with that switch doesn't get me anywhere. So, yep. Okay, so after removing like 12.5 screws, it looks like this blind squirrel is already on the lead to something here too. Okay, so we have a mains fuse over here that's, you know, by the power jack. That's fine. We have a heater fuse here, which is fine. We have a 250 volt, 500 milliamp fuse. That is the high voltage fuse, and it is out. And we have what appears to be original power tubes and preamp tubes. One of them is under the shield preamp tube. Glow, 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 glow. Barely glowing, not glowing. Getting hot, not glowing. Something doesn't look right about this. Okay, so these were the two tubes that were over on this side. The ones that were on this side. They have silver tops. They are warm because the heaters were on, right? The tops are kind of that metallic-y silver black. This tube, which wasn't glowing super bright, the top on it is looking faded. Okay, like this might have leaked a little bit of air. And the tube that was on this far side, which is hotter than a firecracker, look at the top, it's white. This tube got air in it. So the simple idea here is we had power tubes go bad. Power tubes overloaded the fuse did its job and popped. That is probably the simple answer. So I'll go through and do some visual inspection. See if there's anything else I suspect, but I'm saying probably new tubes and a fuse, and this amp will be ready to work again, and some dusting. Okay, so this is my analysis, and I'm going to run with it. I don't see anything on the circuit board that looks remotely roasty toasty at this point. I tested the power tubes. We have the one that went to air, doesn't even try to work, it just fails in the tester. The one that looks like it kind of is at air, this one's shorted. And then the other two, one is so weak it's considered inoperable, and the other one is like a 2 out of 10 on a scale. And a new tube is about an 8 or 9 out of 10 on a scale. So I talked to the client, and our preamp tubes, which I did test, these are, there's 3 of them. These are also probably the original stock tubes. Where's the third one? It's sitting in here somewhere. Where'd it go? I hope it didn't roll under the reverb tank. Well, it doesn't really matter. These check out at like, you know, 40% life left, something like that. So they're weak. So the plan is to put in new tongue saw, preamp and power amp tubes, and the 500 milliamp fuse. The way I see it, I don't think anything was damaged because they did fuse this pretty well. This 500 milliamp fuse on a cathode biased amp or fixed bias amp or whatever, each of these tubes are drawing maybe up to 50 milliamps, so times 4, so that would be 200 milliamps, and this blows at 200 and, or I'm sorry, it blows, if they were drawing 200 milliamps on a normal operation, this fuse would go kabooey at 500, so I don't think we went way over amperage, so I doubt anything's melted. Okay, so we've installed 1, 2, 3 preamp tubes and 4 power amp tubes here into the Vox AC30C2X, I think this is. Mandatory would have definitely been the power tubes because the previous ones were shot. The preamp tubes were wearing down, but they were still alive. So, yep. And our speakers, are they wired in series or in parallel? I'm just curious. I must know. Looks like these are in... How are these wired? They are wired in series, so 16 ohms is appropriate for two 8-ohm speakers. Surprise, surprise. Alright, here we go. Kick the tires, light the fires. We did put a new 500 milliamp fuse there. No more fingers in the amp because we're turning it on now. Alright, so we got our red light. I don't know if you can see the red light. Red light? Red light. Okay, that's warming up. And we'll wait for the filaments to glow. I can see the orange. 1, 2, 3, 4. We got orange glow. That's good. Turn a little light off here so we can see it a little better. Here we go. We got some orange glow going in all of those. In our preamp tube, so we can see we got orange glow. Let's make sure our volume is turned down, because otherwise I will wet my pants. So volume's down. And we're looking in the corner here, we're looking for the green light to come on when we take it off of standby, because it wouldn't before. Okay, now we got a green light. That's good. Can you see the green light? There's the red light's over here. Green light's on too. There you go. So they're both on. And our tubes are warming up. And it's kind of dark because I have the light off. So I'm looking for red plating. If any tubes are running away. Obviously the amp is not making any grotesque sounds, but that's also the master volume is turned down to nothing. So we're going to fix that. Now the master volume is up at about 3/4. And we'll turn up, say, the main channel. Okay, so the clean channel, I can turn it all the way to the end of the dial here and I get hiss. And the top boost channel also produces some sound here when obviously this, you can hear the humming, but I don't blame that on the amplifier. I blame that on the fact that the top boost channel has a lot of gain, and I'm turning it as loud as Kingdom Come with some noisemakers around it. So I think we're fine. I hear a little bit of fizzy rattle in these, so why don't we clean the pots in this and then call it good and give it a test. Okay, so after cleaning the pots out on this, seems to be fine. This is kind of the expurgated version of one of these repairs because the problem was blazingly obvious that we had the power tube. And this was fused properly to protect the circuit, which is good. But at the same time, it is possible to have some resistors go out of tolerance, or it could cook one of the screen resistors. So going through and giving a thorough visual inspection and putting your meter across the resistors and whatnot is a good thing to do, which I did. But of course I didn't want you to all watch 40 minutes of me testing tubes and wasting time. So anyway, as far as I can tell, everything is behaving itself real well. So we're gonna give it a sound test. Okay, so we're gonna just test on our Vox here. I'm actually impressed. This thing has a lot of gain. I mean, my guitar pickups can hear the camera motor. It's just crazy. But we're on the clean channel. tremolo, we can turn that on too. So that's all working, and I preset the top boost channel here. I don't have it super gnarly, but man, this thing can really go loud. So, and reverb, of course, will work with that too. And tremolo works on it too. So that's about it. The noise you're hearing, the humming and buzzing, that's the guitar pickups, because if I turn those down to squat, the amp is quiet. So yay, it's fixed. Hooray for everything. So that's it. It's a Vox AC30, was it CX2, I think. You know, 30 watt Celestian Alnico Blues. Sounds great. It just got used to the point that the tubes died, and then other bad things happened as a chain reaction. All right, have a great day.